Hello, how's it going? Happy Friday, or whatever day it is for you. It's Wasteland Warfare Second Edition. Brotherhood of Steel. Are these Brotherhood colours? I think so. Blue and red. That seems right. But yeah, hey, hope you're doing all right. If you don't know what we're doing here, then allow me to explain. Hello, I'm Steve. How you doing? And hello to all you lovely people in chat who have turned up. I know. No dogs in the Brotherhood of Steel. The dogs are abominations. Is that my cat on the shirt? No, this is another cat. Luna, my cat is down here. There she is. She wants dinner. You want dinner, don't you? You're gonna purr in the mic. Hey, Jamie. Jamie is here. This is Luna. Yes, this is Luna. Hello. Show the beans. She don't show her beans for no one. But yeah, we're doing Brotherhood of Steel today. So we are going to make our warband, and then we'll take that warband out, and we will fight the true wild creatures of the wasteland, like you. Hey? Nah, not like you. You have a Luna too. Yeah, when we take it to the vets, there's always two Lunas on the call sheet for the day. It's a very popular name apparently, which I had no idea of. You're very warm. I'm gonna put you on the floor. Catch you later. Bye bye. But no, this is the T-shirt is for the most amazing movie ever made, Josie and the Pussycats. What a cinematic treat. Got my Battle for Boston this week. Excellent. Excited to build up 2 forces of baddies for my Wasteland Warfare Second campaign. Amazing. That's so cool. I'm glad you got it. Get painting. Get painting and show us on the Discord. So yeah, let's just crack on. I'll show you the table I've put together in a bit, but let's start with our warband. They are the Brotherhood of Steel, as we can see here. They have the quick action, the chain that binds. What is that, I hear you ask? Well, it's a good question. The chain that binds, he scrolls quickly because he wasn't ready to answer his own question. The chain that binds is, if this model is a hero or companion, all followers may each make a 2-inch step directly towards this model. If this model is a follower, it may make a 2-inch step directly towards a friendly hero or companion, and then move 1 priority token from this model to the model they just moved towards, to a maximum of 4. So when we roll our quick actions on the special die, we can just do a 2-inch move, or we can do a 2-inch move according to these rules. So a bit of, it's about mobility, it would appear. Now, Brotherhood of Steel, we have 5 models to go for today. We've got, first up, wearing leather armor, our senior scribe, who's going to be represented today by this model, this field scribe model. I intended to paint up like a senior scribe, like maybe get the Maxon model, paint that up. Time got away from me. I'm sorry. So there it is. We're going to paint that. We're going to use that. They are armed with a laser pistol, which is fine enough, and they are skilled. So they start with effectively a level 2. Now, leveling is something we haven't been approaching in our playthrough so far because it hasn't really come into play. We haven't played long enough for them to level up. But what this means basically is we get to pick a perk for our senior scribe. So straight away, and help me chat, you're my only hope, etc. The perks, they can be found. Where can they be found? Probably in here somewhere. Or in here somewhere. Perks. Perks there, section 3. Look at that. Ah, dear. The page reference. I know. We're getting there. So there's a lot of perks, right? We can perk it up, but we'll just go for it. What do we kind of feel we want our senior scribe to be? Obviously, they can't have an innate perk because then we can make them hover, and that would just be insane. What's his special stats? That's a good question. The special stats for them are 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 5, 5, and a move of 4. They're wearing leather armor, which is good for 1 physical armor, no resistance, and 2 energy armor, no resistance on that. And unfortunately, they are troubled by rads. But we can do something interesting with that, maybe. Sounds like you should get something charisma or intel based, something leadership focused. When you're right, I think you're right, and I think you are right, Legal Eagle. So let's have a look at the charisma. We've got special, perception, endurance, charisma. They could be a cap collector. Dangerous personality. When this model makes a melee attack, well, he ain't going to be doing that with his gun totem. Hard bargain. You receive 75% of the cap value of items when selling them to traders. Inspirational. Once during this model's activation, instead of taking an action, you may choose another friendly model within line of sight of this model, and that model makes an action instead, but does not gain an activation token. That's not bad. That could be good. We can intimidate. We could have a follower. That's complicated. A mentor one, I mean, sorry. Peacemaker. I'm kind of liking inspirational. Does anyone else feel that? It's speaking to me. It's speaking to me. And that does tick what you were saying, Regal, about leadership focus. Ooh. Otherwise, sounds great. Gives options when you make a mistake. Want to make someone else run away. Make a mistake? Me? I don't think you. Yeah, no, you're right. Well, let's do that then. Okay, so inspirational. Let's just grab that. And Steve never makes mistakes. Yeah, exactly. The dice, they cannot be trusted. So I wasn't even showing you those perks, was I? What a gumph. Never mind. There'll be something for you to find when you when you get the game yourself. Oh, I've put it in a wrong font, but never mind. Yeah, so once during this model's activation, instead of taking an action, you could choose another friendly model within line of sight, and that model makes an action instead. Excellent. Once. Does that mean once entirety? Once during this model's activation? No, per activation, that is. That's per activation. That's how I read that. And we all know I read rules real good. So that is our that's our leader, our senior scribe. Chat, name them. Name our illustrious leader while I drink my suspicious FEV drink. Joe Shakespeare. We're straight in with it. It's a good one. It's a good one. Excellent. Thank you very much, Regal. I like that very much. So there we go. Ooh, crikey. There's our first mug. Next up, armed with a combat rifle, we have an aspirant. They're going to be represented by this mini here. The guy in the combat armor. Very nice. Like I said, they've got combat armor, so they've got 2020 in physical and energy, which is pretty sweet. They're armed with a combat rifle. They have a couple of perks. Perks. They have the perk of potential, which means they can gain experience to get promoted that won't come into play in this game, but it's good, and yeah. And then also their combat rifle has stagger, so we can add knockback when we use that. So we need a name for our aspirant. Ready in combat armor. Do Brotherhood of Steel aspirants level up to paladins, or do they just cost a lot of fame? Yes. So that is how you start off as the Brotherhood. You get your aspirants, and you've got to earn that armor. You don't just rock up and get yourself a set of power armor. You've got to prove yourself. So aspirants have to take. I can't remember what the thing is called. I think it is potential. First, you have to get your aspirants kicked. I think it is potential. Yeah, here you go. So potential. This model gains experience even though it's a follower. So followers normally wouldn't, but aspirants do. And basically, when it becomes a knight, it gains a suit of T60 power armor and gains the personalized item T60 power armor. Becomes a companion, and then you get the new stats, which is listed there. So that's how it works. But yeah, so we need to name our aspirant, who potentially may go on to greater things than power armor, or might not make it. So what do we want to call our aspirant? So that he should be called Upgradicus. Sure, I'm not against that. Despite my reaction making it seem like I thought it was ridiculous, I clearly love it on some level. There we go. Upgradicus, the aspirant, has joined us. Next up on our team is an initiate. They are with a... Which one? Oh, no. Here we go. Here they are with a combat rifle. There they are. Light armor. Just a simple chod, really. So we need a name for them. We also need... Let's name all these guys together. We also have an initiate with a laser rifle. There we go. Ready to go. And an initiate with a silenced hunting rifle. Now, the silenced hunting rifle is particularly nice because it's got a silence mod, basically. So it will only cause priority if fired within short range. If you fire it outside of short range, you place an alarm marker in base contacts with the person firing it, and you add 1 priority to that alarm marker. If you don't move, you keep adding to that alarm priority as long as you fulfill the criteria, and that basically means you can start drawing people to that location instead. But yeah, and obviously it's headshot, which we know we love. So we're after that. We're after 3 initiates. Anyone other than Regal got any suggestions here? We've got an initiate with a combat rifle, an initiate with a laser rifle, and an initiate with a silenced hunting rifle. So they are ready to go. All they need is some names. This is unlike you, chat. Normally disgusting names are coming out by now. Corporal Butts or something. I don't know. I'm not very good at that. You're the ones that bring the filth, not me. Yeah, where's Jamie with something? Exactly. He's gone on. He turned up, told me off of the page reference, and then he's going to get actually like Butts as a name. Well, okay, Butts County in Georgia. So let's have George Butts. I'm still working. I know you are. So am I. Look at this. I'm working so hard. My job is terrible. No, Jamie works very hard. I feel bad now. I'm teasing him. So we're going to have, I think, with the combat rifle. Wow, Ligma got flagged. That's incredible. So we'll have George Butts is our combat rifle initiate. The lady initiate should be Josie after your shirt. That is cool. I like that. Let me have a little look here. Let's. Okay, that'll be the silence hunting rifle. So we've got Sergeant Ligma. Oh, Jamie, you special summer child. And then Josie. Why is everyone saying Sergeant Ligma now? Sergeant Ligma, what the fuck? You've walked into this. I'm sorry, Mac. How you doing? So there we go. We have now our team. They do need a name. A name. We've got Josie the Initiate. Didn't mean to get you, Steve, but I did. You did. Are you streaming live from Gen Con? Looks like it. Streaming live from my featureless wall at my house. That would be Sergeant Aspirant Artichoke. Oh. No, it's not Gen Con. This is. I'm glad my production values look that good. A Warband, the Mod Steve Convention Center. Exactly. It's it's quite hard to. It's weird because just out of shot are there's like my bookshelves, a pile of hats over there. There's a aircon unit rotating around badly. It looks so unprofessional just outside the. Can't say it looks super professional on screen either, but there we go. Why multiple hats? I have more than one hat. I know I'm exorbitant, aren't I? I have three hats. That doesn't seem like a lot of hats. That sounds like a professional broadcast area I've ever been in. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Call your warband multiple hats. Sure. I don't sit on ideas for too long. If someone suggests this, the multiple hats, headed by Joe Shakespeare, the Brotherhood of Steel Warband are ready to go. Wait, everyone, wait. Call them the Hat Company. Okay, that was good. That was worth the wait. Hat Company. If I can type one-handed. There we go. Hat Company. That was worth the wait. I like the way you just dropped that. Wait! And I did it as well. You commanded me with your demanding tone. Remember different hat names, like Beanie, Clutch, Cowboy News. I would like that, but now we'd have to go back and rename everyone. And we've got Joe Shakespeare, Upgradicus, George Butts, Sergeant Ligma, and Josie. They won't all make it. We can add some people in. It's fine. Let me just do a little reload on that. Oh, that's good, isn't it? That's good, isn't it? That machine, Elder Fedora. Damn, I'm too late. I'm sorry, Bladderus. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. I'm sure there are plenty more decisions for you to help out with. So, hey Mia, how you doing? If the stream drops, let me know, because my other screen, which has got the chat on it, is currently displaying the Google Chrome dinosaur game, so things are clearly going well over on that machine. We'll see how things work out. So the tabletop. Here we go. We're heading back to Nuka World. I thought, why not? We've got the Nuka World bus. We've got the map to the world of refreshment. There's even a little crate of Nuka World here. Nuka World? Nuka Cola. But otherwise, it's your good old Fallout tradition of rocks and fences ready to go. So, let's set the table up as usual to do a confrontation, which is what we're doing every single time. And you're looking down at the table, so I can quickly nip up and get my tape measure, which I forgot to pick up off the side next to my many hats, apparently, which I'm starting to feel a little self-conscious about. Right, so right in the middle, we are looking at about there. That is pretty much the middle of the board. And then what we want to do is next to the biggest piece of scenery. Our confrontations, why did I say it like that? How strange. Are confrontations creatures only? Or have you just been picking creatures? I've just been picking creatures. So the reason for that being that I wanted to show you each warband against the same thing. And because there's 4 warbands, I couldn't therefore like have one of the oppositions be one of the other warbands, if that makes sense. And also I know that the creatures haven't been really shown off, especially stat-wise, so I thought that might be interesting. But the idea is that when we come back to these, we'll take a little break, but when we come back to these, maybe in a month or two, when we play more second edition, we will pick one of our teams that we've put forward. So it'll be the Survivors, Super Mutants, Raiders, or these guys we're about to play with. We'll pick them as our actual team. All the other 3 will then become their adversaries in that wasteland. We will explore the wasteland and we'll go from there. So that's why. But yeah, we've just been picking creatures. That's the long, complicated answer. So next, point 2 has to go next to the largest piece of scenery. And because it's the largest piece of scenery, I can actually put people... So I'm going to put it in there. Take the lid off the bus. There we go. And then the other goes in a direct line. So it's about here. That seem good? Good. I don't know, you know, what I was expecting from that, but that seems about right. I just thought it was like... yeah, that seems about okay. Maybe like that. So let's have a look now and see what creatures our team are going to go up against. Now, we've looked at a bunch of different creatures over the past month's worth of streams. So we've seen the Gulpanute, the Yao Guai, a glowing one, a bloatfly, radstags, Brahmins, stingwings, and wolves, right? We haven't seen Feral Ghouls, Ghoul Remnants, and the Grown Gulper. Do we want to roll randomly still, or do we want to rig the deck so you can see something you haven't seen before? I don't mind either. Are we allured by the promise of something new, and we might just cheat and put it in there? Ferals could be great fun. Okay, that's true. That is true. So let me roll. Bunch of Ghouls does make sense based on it. It does, doesn't it? I'll roll anyway, because that'll help me work out the division. So we're looking at 1 to 4 will be Feral Ghouls, and 8s will be... I thought that was cider. I wish it was cider, Shugo. That would be delicious right now. Let's have a little look. See if we hit the odds. A 6. That would either be a bloatfly, a radstag, or a Brahmin. So we'll bring in... let's bring in a Feral Ghoul for that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. 1 Feral Ghoul, please. We'll use this one here. There we go. So he's going to be in the middle. Like that. We'll now scatter them. And the way we do that is we roll the special die and we put them... The distance is represented by the number, and that die points in the direction. If I can roll it in the flipping tray. 3. So as you can see, like it's pointing this way like that. So he is going to go scatter 3 inches in this direction, which puts him over here, right on the edge of this. Well, actually, he's kind of in this this area of tree stumps, which I thought would be like, you know, dangerous territory. Now there's going to be another one there. Oh, hang on, nurse. Well, normally we would roll on the table for the what's it called? The confrontation. But we're not doing that, are we? I've kind of like skipped past that. But just so you can see where it would be. So every time so far we've rolled, we've ended up with this, which is 2 randoms and at position 1 and 1 at position 2 and 3. Would we get that again? Yeah, we get that again. We're just so good at going down the line. We'll do that, but we might make a twist of it. I've had an idea based on a mini I've got that might be quite fun. So the next one at P1 is going to be 5. That's going to be another feral ghoul. We're feraling. Right, off for dinner. Laters. Have a good dinner, mate. Have a really good dinner and have a good weekend. Let's scatter this guy. See where he goes. He's going to get 6 this way. Okay, so that's like... Okay. So there's a little cluster of ghouls over here, which is interesting. These guys, that goes away now. Now we're going to do P2 over here, so we're going to roll this one. 10. Okay, well this kind of feels like a time to do. So, would you like... Okay, so we out of that 10, we could have a Gulper or a Yaogwai, where we've seen the Yaogwai before. We haven't done a Gulper. Or, and it kind of breaks my table, but I don't care, because it might be fun to do. Do you want a Deathclaw? Which is officially too hard for this table, but it might be fun just to throw it in there and see what happens. Deathclaw incarnate! Hi from France. Hey there, how you doing? Is that a Z? Fax. Hi Fax, how you doing? Yeah, what do you reckon? I mean, Squid's quite convinced that it should be a Deathclaw, and I don't see any reason it shouldn't be. But what's that? Sound like this is the end of the Hat Company. Hey, we're just seeing. So okay, what I'm going to do as well. Oh no, the Deathclaw can actually fit somehow in the bus. There he is. That looks ridiculous. That's not right. That's not right at all. Look at him. I have to take a picture of that. Let's tickle my fancy, that has. Look at him. A dang fool. There we go. I'll pop that in Discord later. I feel like he must be blasting wheelers and all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. Oh dear. And then finally for over here, P3. Let's see what we've got. 2. That's another feral ghoul. Or do you want a Ghoul Remnant? Let's just throw the rules out. I don't mind being rolling the dice. Another ghoul or a Ghoul Remnant? Would you fancy? A Ghoul Remnant is 2 danger. So we've got, these are both 1 danger. A Ghoul Remnant will be 2 danger. And the the Deathclaw is 4. Normally the highest thing we've faced before is the Yaogwai, which was 3. So we may, like you said, the end of Hat Company may be in the way. I've got 2 choices. Do you want a policeman or a golfing holiday ghoul? They're both brilliant. Got policeman or a golfing ghoul? Which one do you want to... Which one? I mean, I feel like we might come across the golf one. Yeah, exactly. The golf one does feel a little bit like what you come across in Nuka World. But, right. And then, oh, yes, we need to scatter the Deathclaw. I forgot about that. If Hat Company takes the long nap, that means that another Brotherhood of Steel group gets the opportunity to revenge them later. Exactly. Exactly. This will be fine. Let's scatter the Deathclaw. 4 this way. Oh, this is brilliant. Look at this. He's in the bottom of the... He's literally right at the bottom of the bus, hanging out of the back. Road trip. There he is. Oh, he's having a great time. This is the most... I feel... I'm sorry for anyone who thinks I'm not taking the game seriously, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's very silly stuff. There he is. He's hanging at the back. Wait, did someone in the Deathclaw right in the back of the bus? That seems racist. Squid. He's just riding the short bus. You're having serious fun. Exactly. Exactly. And then we'll scatter the golfing remnant. 8 that way. Is that going to fit on there? No, we'll re-roll that because that will take him off the board. 9 that way, as will that. 3 that way. There we go. That's perfect. Just takes him to just the other side of that barrier. Click. That was right in the microphone. Sorry about that. There we go. There we go. We now have our area sorted out. Like we've done before, we're going to just guess. We might be exploring this map from any direction, like in campaign mode. If we were exploring from the north over here, we would come in from that edge of the board. We're not doing that. We're just playing this as a one-off. So we're going to randomize it. And again, we'll roll the... what's it called? This. It's called a die. It's a die. The special die. That's it. We'll roll that and let it point to wherever which edge we come on. Please don't be the edge of the bus. It's the edge of the bus. Yeah, that doesn't... Okay, well, we'll have to come down here, really, won't we? This sort of side. We can come on anywhere, really, so along this edge. And I don't particularly want to kind of come on right on this behind the bus, because that's terrible for the setup of the video. We're going to come on probably in this area here. We could always have someone come up here and come around, but we'll see. So let's take our team, pop them over here, and we are ready to go. Let's start, I think. Let's get our team on there, and I think Joe Shakespeare. I think we need to get our leader on the board first, so he's ready in position to kind of start using his inspirational ability and get people moving around the board. So let's just have him trot on here. He's got a 4-inch movement, so we could... I think we can kind of just about, by coming on right at the back, all the way over here. Can you even see that on camera? Does that show? Is he too far back? Back here? There he is. Little Joe Shakespeare. We can just about hide from the Deathclaw in the bus. We can come to here for 4. And then we can just about make it behind here. We will be seen moving by the Deathclaw, so that gives us a priority. But we've not moved within anyone's distance, so that's good. That is Joe, all done and dusted. No one. We haven't moved within 6 inches. Not shot at anyone. We're keeping nice and stealthy. Considering there's a Deathclaw out there, I think that's probably a very smart idea. So we get to bring someone else on. There's no threat to work with here. Let's get... let's just start bringing our team on one by one. Let's go for... So George Butts and Sergeant Ligma. They both have the same range on their combat and laser rifles, respectively. So let's bring those guys on next, and I think we'll kind of let's bring them on in kind of the same way, really. I think we'll bring. Here comes. Oh, Sergeant, no. Comes across to here. With his second activation, we can bring him right next to his illustrious leader. And again, he will have been spotted by the Deathclaw, but not in any aggressive way. The Deathclaw's just looking out the back of the bus, being like, ooh, you know, cocking its head like a dog. I watched the TV show. Those Deathclaws seem to get pretty close before they notice you. Again, so there's no threat on the board yet. These guys don't know we're here. Quiet as the night. But yeah, that seems to be working okay. Okay, no. I'm getting some weird errors popping up, so let me know if there's anything weird going on in the stream, like kind of it takes a drop in quality or I mean, not that kind of quality, you know. I can't be responsible for that. But if like the audio takes a tank or anything, let me know. Let's bring on then with the combat rifle. This is George Butts. Looks okay for the moment. We'll see what happens in the future. Thanks, Chris. Again, I think it's just like we're just bringing them all one by one, kind of across here into this position. They're kind of like running across, hiding behind this barrier in like a conga line. Let's see. I think let's bring our let's bring Upgradicus on next, and I think is it crazy to split the party here? We've got our three down here. We could bring Upgradicus and Josie on at the top and divide and conquer. Is that what happens? You divide and you conquer? It's not divide, you get mercilessly slaughtered by the Deathclaw. That's not what happens, is it? Maybe? I don't know. Or you stay together and don't die. Well, yeah, I mean, there is that. I don't know what you want me to say. You're right. But that doesn't mean we don't... In slasher movies, dividing equals more dead. It's true. I think you're right then. In that case, what we'll do is we're going to bring on Upgradicus, and he's just going to kind of come up to here, just behind this barrier, and I think what we can do is he can sort of push forward a little bit, and he can make it to here, which I think is still... Oh, he's just out of range of the Deathclaw. That's so good. So he's moved up. He's definitely been seen. So he would have been seen... he wasn't seen then, but then he was moving this way, and the Deathclaw saw him, and this guy saw him. So that's one priority. You don't get like priority for every person that sees you. Otherwise, you know, this is Fallout. It ain't Metal Gear Solid. You're not got to hide that much. Then for our final one, you know, we're going to take a shot, right? So our Josie with the silenced hunting rifle is coming on here, and so we could, right? She's a little fuzzy tuft there. It's a bit of a wonky angle, but she seems to be okay. There we go. So what we can do here, either we could take a pot shot at the Deathclaw, but the Deathclaw's in the bus, and at the moment, that means it's getting so much, like two extra coverage, two extra resistance for being in cover. So that is not going to happen. However, we could just shoot at this feral guy right here. He is 12 inches away, 11.5 inches away. Probably shoot the ghouls, knowing the noise would draw out the Deathclaw. Yeah, exactly. I think, you know, that Deathclaw's coming, whether we want it to or not. Let's just, you know, we've got everyone on without just like having them draw to us, and we've got them in a good position. I'm kind of pleased with that. I'm going to try and be a bit sneakier, and I keep forgetting to do that. And it's a big part of the game. Bad Steve. Bad demo. But let's see. Let's see what Josie has got in the barrel. She has a range of 20 and 10. So that's 20 long range, 10 for short range. Unfortunately, the ghoul is out of her short range, so the silenced mod isn't going to kick in here. Hey, Steve, doing the edit here. Silenced hunting rifle. Oh no, got that so wrong. I don't know how we got this so wrong. It was me. I didn't read correctly, and people were pointing this out on the Discord like the next day, like pep sandwich, thank you. Yeah, I was playing it backwards. Here's Evie on Discord clarifying the rules, but basically I'm playing it like, for some reason they hear you at long range, but at short range they've got no idea where you are. At long range the silencer works better because it's further away. Of course it does. What was I doing? I don't know. I don't read so good sometimes. So yeah, just bear that in mind as we carry on. I don't think it comes up too much, but perhaps we would have played things a bit differently. We definitely would have played things differently. Anyway. Bye. So, she's caused priority because she's fired a weapon, and this ghoul has been the target of an attack. There he is. Let's put together a dice pool. We've got our special die. The silent hunting rifle has a yellow on it, and that is basically it. That's all we're dealing with at the moment. It's not, you know, but we are looking for 4 or under because it's based on Josie's perception. So her perception is 4, so we're looking for 4 and under to hit this ghoul, and we're looking for a special as well. Let's be honest. Well, we didn't really, did we? That's a 9. That ain't gonna hit. That armor penetration doesn't count. Bad shot, Joey. Josie. The shot rings out, but unfortunately, nothing really counts there. More than 6 inches away from the Deathclaw, making that shot. I see you continue throwing dice like you with your raiders. It's how it works. It's part of my DNA, Bladderus. I can't turn it off, unfortunately. So this ghoul will whip around and needs to work out where its priority goes. So it has, you know, everyone here has got 1 priority, effectively. You can all see that. But if I'll pull the table up because it's useful for you to see, and also I've forgotten some of the things on it. So it's what it is, you know. Let me just grab this. Boop. Okay. So +1 for each priority the model has had. So they're all at level 1 at the moment. +2 if it's in base to base. It isn't. +1 if the model is in line of sight of the enemy model that is activating within range of a weapon the enemy is carrying, or within a number of inches equal to this enemy's move ability statistic, and -1 if it's not within line of sight. So, old Josie here is in line of sight. The others are all kind of, I'd say you're in line of sight. The others are hidden behind something. The super. What am I saying? The super? The Feral Ghoul. Super Ghoul. What the heck am I on? I think my head's come undone. Where's my Feral Ghouls gone? Here we are. Now, unsurprisingly, ghouls, they do not have ranged weapons. So we are looking purely at being there within their charging distance, which is 4. The super feral mutant. Oh man, don't worry, I've got this. I've got this. I swear. The feral ghouls are marauders, so let's bring up the marauder table. Here it is. They're going to advance, open fire, advance, advance. Now he's got 1 threat, so that's 1 activation. So it's just an advance, really. It's like, come on, straight in, see how it goes. And where is it? Here it is. Just moves up to its move in inches towards the target. Try and end this move in base-to-base contact with its target if possible. The model ends this move in base-to-base, or didn't need to move because it already was. It makes a melee attack. There you go. So it's just going to like shamble towards them. 4 inches. Here we go. It's not that hard to work this one out. There we go. Probably a bit more that way. Shambling along, ready to go. Clearly streaming on. Are you suffering from mild dehydration? I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. I'm not sure. It could also be. I'm old, right? It's what happens. You get old, right? And I went to the cinema late last night, and I watched Spider-Man, and so I didn't get to bed. Are you ready? Until 1 in the morning. I know. Candle, both ends, being burned. But yeah, so that might be it. Who knows? Got to get your sleep. Hat Company march on their sleep or something. So end turns. Let's just have a little run through so you know, if you haven't been seen these streams before, we'll go through what happens at the end of turns. If I can work out why my mouse isn't scrolling. Here we go. Okay. Cool. So the way that works is we take away all of our activations, because that's all of our turns done, which is great. Now, any creature, any enemy which doesn't have any threat and has line of sight to an enemy gets a threat, unless it was the last one to activate. So, we'll switch on camera there. So this guy, he was the last one to activate, so he doesn't get one. But do the others, can they see? And the answer is the Deathclaw. I mean, he's looking at this window here. He can see these people. They're kind of obscured, but he can see them. They're poking up over barriers. So that's 1 threat for the Deathclaw. I just popped it there. This guy, he's probably going to turn around. He can see these people, so that's 1 threat for him. And this guy over here, yeah, I think he can see through that barrier. I foolishly picked barriers that are full of holes. What a dum-dum. But yeah. So also bear in mind, this is dangerous terrain. So we'll come back to this. This might be, what exactly do threat tokens do again? Threat tokens is like basically how upset with you the enemy are. So when they take their activation, that's how many activations they get to do. They will run through those as long as they've got threat tokens. But yeah, that's basically how it is. Priority is how aware the enemy is of you, and threat is how much they are upset with you. Like, so you've angered them and they are going to go for you. But basically it boils down to their activations. So let's go from our start. So I think what we probably should do is either we just turn on this guy guns blazing, which I quite like the idea of, or we start picking off other people. But this guy's right in the way, and we have an aspirant here with, let's face it, some heavy artillery. I say heavy artillery, it's a combat rifle, but it's a combat rifle. So let's do it. Let's shoot with our aspirant. I think that's probably a good idea. He is 4 inches away, which is within his minimum range. You can see that he's got combat range, a combat rifle range of pre-nerf factions combat rifle equals heavy artillery. Hey, don't! I was halfway through building a force with those, and then I got the email. I was like, ah, quick! The glue ain't dried yet. So this is going to be that. There's no effect on this. We don't get any effect apart from the fact that we're in our short range, so we get to add an accuracy dice in for that. Now we could also aim. I kind of want to aim. I feel like aiming is a good one here. Can I aim with a rifle? I don't see why I wouldn't. Now, if you don't know what aim is, let me tell you. It's pretty damn good. So here it is. Here's the aim action. Choose an enemy model within line of sight. The model aims at it. The next attack action this model makes against the enemy adds an accuracy, armor, and damage effect dice. So we're going to do that. We're going to aim. I don't want this ghoul walking away. So it adds 3 dice in there. It's fantastic. Upgradicus out to prove himself in front of his captain, Joe Shakespeare. Let's see how this goes. Here we go. We're looking for his perception, which is 5. I'm feeling good. Feeling good about this. Oh, excellent. Well, it's 4 minus... Okay, there's a lot of minuses on that. So it's 4 minus 3, 4, 5, 6. We technically rolled a -2 somehow there. That's accurate. That's very accurate. No extra damage, which is a shame. But, you know, when you hit, you hit. You can't complain that much about it. That does us 2 physical damage. We didn't roll a stagger. It's just how it is. Our enemies, the Feral Ghouls, have a defense of 2 and no armor of any kind. So this guy picks up an injury. There we go. And therefore, also a threat, because he was the subject of an attack. There's an extra priority there for Upgradicus for being so foolish as to shoot. So now we have to work out who is gonna move first out of all these people. Everyone is on 1 threat. Golf Ghoul over here is on 1 threat. This Feral Ghoul, and the Deathclaw. We can kind of therefore work out, you know, we can do what we want. We can take this in whatever order we want. I'm going to play that to my advantage, because if this guy closes, he has got claws, and he's going to have a feeding frenzy, which is an ability he has. It's going to be pretty bad. So I'm gonna work it out. And I think what I want to do therefore is let's move this ghoul here. They're going to move in. They can see the highest target is Upgradicus there, but he's in this area, this dangerous terrain. Is it dangerous or difficult? I can never remember. I forget the term. I'm sorry. Dangerous terrain is a hazard that potentially harms, though. Oh, sorry, no, it's difficult. Difficult terrain. Here we go. It slows movement. Examples include marshland, broken ground, or shallow water. Friendly models may not make more than one move action in the same activation that enters, exits across its difficult terrain. If an enemy or model's behavior has them perform subsequent actions in an activation that contain a move, they may still make these actions but cannot perform the move component if the move would enter or exit difficult terrain. So he's got one activation. He's already in it. So he just makes that, and he sort of staggers through this, nice and slowly, through these trees, these tree stumps, taking that away. So there we have that. Oh, I want to just check something. Yes, I made a mistake in that we injured this guy, so any enemy within 12 inches of him would gain a threat, which I think is this guy again. So he would have been on 2 actually. So he's still got 1 left. Also, crap. Whoops. It's everyone. Everyone got threat. Nuts. Oh well. Hey ho. It stacks up, doesn't it? So what we know now, having just read literally the bit about difficult terrain, and I've forgotten it already, but they cannot perform move and components move action, enter or exit. I don't understand that. I don't. 1 second. I don't understand. If an enemy's model behavior has them perform subsequent actions in an activation. Oh, okay. So they can. Okay, so they can't actually perform that second one because that would make them enter or exit the terrain. So they can only do that on a subsequent activation. Right. You get it? Do you understand me? I'm not explaining this very well. Basically, entering difficult terrain or exiting it, so you get your first move for free, but it's after that with it. Sort of. I'll explain it again. Better this time. I'll try to. So he was here. He was already in the difficult terrain. And so he had a 4-inch move for his first activation in advance, which brought him to here because he went in a straight line. He then has another threat left to do another move, but because of the rule of difficult terrain, he can't use that move if it makes him enter or exit difficult terrain. So he could stumble through that terrain more, but he can't break out of it or break into it. So it kind of causes him to break up his movement into different things. He basically can't spend it. Got it? Cool. I've explained things so much better. Thank you for your patience. Good golly. You're welcome. Thank you for your patience. So that's him done. Now, I think what we could do is I suppose you can move up to the edge of the difficult terrain, however. Now you're asking. So as it's written, it says they may perform, if an enemy's model behavior has them perform subsequent actions, so this is the second move in an activation that contains a move, they may still make these actions but cannot perform the move component if the move would enter or exit. So they can't actually take that entire action. So they can't go up to the edge, but the idea is that their next move they take, they will do it as a whole. It stops the action from taking place at all. Yeah, that's how I read it. You screen grab that. Tell me what you think, because that's how I read it. I suppose the question in my mind is whether or not they have to take a full move and just take a partial one. I think if it was going to be a partial move, then they would. I think the rules would say that it would specify partial, but because it says you can't take the action, they stop there. And I think the reason for that is just to not break up stuff. It's like they move or they don't. There's no kind of parts. That's how I read it. I'm sure we can get some clarification. Usual place. If in the re-video upload, if we got this wrong, it'll say something here, or it'll just say we got it right. Who knows? I'm confident about this one. I don't normally feel this confident about rules. So let's see how we go. Speaking of which, by the way, if you don't know, we have a YouTube channel called, imaginatively, Modiphius Live. There it is. If you just go to YouTube and look for Modiphius Live, if you don't want to click on that, then you can see all our re-uploads of all this sort of stuff. And there's RPG stuff too. It's, yeah, where all the long stuff goes. Anyway, we're bogging down here, something rotten. So let's just get back into it. I'm going to say, seeing as we have a sniper here, old, what they called? Josie here with her silenced hunting rifle, and she's now got 2 targets within her short range. I think I'm going to start using that. So let us shoot at this guy right here. He's got an injury. Let's just pick him off before he gets in close. Excuse me. So it doesn't cause a priority because it's fired within short range. So what we do is going to take one of these, which is an alarm marker. They look like that, if you haven't seen them before. And that is, we're going to place that in base contact with Josie. So we're going to place that. I think we'll place it just to her side here. We're going to hide it a little bit behind this display board, and then we are also going to add 1 priority to that. Right now, this guy will still take a threat because he's still the target of a shot. But the point is, there's confusion over where the shot's coming from now. Is it coming from Josie or here? And I know this seems like they're both in exactly the same place, but Josie can now hightail it out of there and, you know, leave them to start sowing a bit of discord. Is that what you do? Confusion, even. So yeah, we'll do that. Let's put together this dice pool now. You get 1 special die. The effect is 1 yellow. We could aim. Should we aim? Do you wear wigs? We were on a short range, so we get our accuracy dice, that's for sure. And we're looking for 4s. Do we aim? What do you reckon, team? How do we feel about aiming? It does give us a lot of extra dice, and I think we're in a good position. Plus, if you've got some extra dice, extra nice. I like aiming too. I also like it when it has a rhyming couplet that comes with it. So yeah, I think you're right. Plus, if you look at like kind of where we are, right, we're kind of tucked away. This is actually a pretty good little sniper nest. They're coming towards us. We're getting the guy in the combat armor to draw them out. We don't have to worry about the problem in the bus. That's not a problem for us right yet. So we've got all these dice. And we're looking for 4. 4 or lower. Here we go. Oh my god, that was nerve-wracking. So 7 minus 2, 3, 4 brings it down to a 3. So we did hit. Good call on the aiming, team. Thank you for making me do that. But 2 armor penetration doesn't really count because ghouls, they don't come in armor. They just turn up in the rags that they lived in. And 2 extra damage, so that's 2 physical up to 4 physical. Ooh, nurse. No armor. The ghoul has a defense of 2. We've killed him. We've just blown him away. So this ghoul goes away, as well as his threat. But whenever enemies are incapacitated, everyone on the board gets threat. So this guy's going to go up to 2 threat. This guy's going to go up to 3. And the Deathclaw is now on 3 as well. It's getting a bit tasty. But yeah, so there you can see that. Deathclaw definitely knows something's going on, just hasn't had a chance to activate it. And in a way, we're playing a risky game here, because the more you let threat build up, the further that thing is going to go when it goes. When it gets the chance to come off the chain, it's just going to move like there's no tomorrow. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see how we do. That's 2 of our activations done. Now, we would go... this guy's got the lower threat, 2. So either Ghoul Reavers have armor. That's true. And so does this Ghoul Remnant. He's got a... I guess he's got a sweater vest packed full of 5 irons, because he has got armor. Just a little bit. So who do we make a choice? We have to activate the Ghoul Remnant or the Deathclaw. And I feel it's the Ghoul Remnant. We're going to see Reavers in the new plastic kit. I cannot comment on that because I don't know the answer. Which is the less exciting way to say it. But I don't know. I haven't actually seen the plastic kit yet, man. I could see it. I could look at it. I just haven't had a chance. I want to. If Jamie was still here, he could probably deny knowledge of everything. But there we go. It's nice to see you, by the band. Hope you're doing good. I think we're going to activate the Ghoul Remnant. Let's bring them in. See. Let's just put off the problem with the Deathclaw. Deathclaw in the bus. We don't have to worry about that for now. But this Ghoul Remnant, okay, is a Marauder. It has 1/0/1/0 armor, so 1 physical, 1 energy, no resistance, a move of 4, which is, you know, to think. It doesn't have any like abilities or perks or traits or whatever the correct term is, which I'm getting it very badly, but they do have vicious claws. If that can get into range, that can be pretty nasty for us. So they are Marauders. Let's have a little look at the Marauder table, just remind ourselves. There it is. He's got 3 activations there. Advance, open fire, advance, advance, which means he's going to use 3 advances because he can't open fire, so he would skip that move. This guy is going to get his legs going. Just is. But he's going to move in a straight line, so hopefully some of the difficult terrain will be our friend. Let's see how this works out. It's about 2 inches to the edge of this barrier, like that. And then he's going to come for... Who's he going to come for? It's Upgradicus, or Aspirant. He's got the highest... He's got the highest threat. Priority. Apologies. So we'll bring him to there. Then... Oh, let's see, now this is the thing. So he's kind of coming straight here. So he goes into that terrain, but he doesn't leave it. So that is actually the end of his turn, because he can't move and exit that terrain. Enter or exit it. This difficult terrain has slowed him down. He's staggering through those tree stumps. He's like, my 5-iron. Get off the fairway. I don't know why he'd be using that terrain effectively. It's almost like I've played 3 games of this and I'm starting to think with portals. It's really interesting. On the setup, I was hoping I would come in this direction. When we had the Deathclaw and these guys, I wanted to have that so I could have this area. But I think you're right. Like the kind of using this terrain has been really useful. You know, the fine tactical efficiency of the Brotherhood is coming to bear. Also, I'm lucky. I'm not lucky when I roll dice, but I'm lucky when I do stuff like this. Right, so that's the end of his activation. We've now got 3 of our people left. We could use... This is Fallout terrain, right? Yeah, quite a lot of it is. So, bus is Nuke World STL. This, I don't know where this is, but this is Corvega. These walls. This is from Dry Rock Gulch, I think. This is like Nuka World stuff. This is one of the old barriers, and there's some Brotherhood barriers here. The rocks, just made by me. And these tree stumps, they aren't. I bought those. Let me have a look at the box they came in. I'm going to hide it on the table because it just has my address on it. It's not really... It doesn't have anything. I just bought them online. I think they came from Etsy. They have like little... if I can open the box. Hello? They just have little trees you can add in them. And I got them for Cohorts Cthulhu. So they can have a little tree. But I thought pine trees were a little bit green for the wasteland. Thank you for the help there, Bladderus, but I expect that's probably been a link got blocked there. But you can find it on Modifius.net. It's in STL, and it is printed by resin. It comes with a lid. That's the link to the STL. Were my laptop not chugging away badly, clearly having some kind of bad day, I would start like going into the modding area and letting that link, but it'll probably fall over. But yeah, if you go to Modifius.net, you'll get the there you go. Yeah, you'll find it. The Boston bus. It's great. This one's lovely. It was painted for us by the amazing Rob, Honest Wargamer, who I'm sure you know. It was lovely to do it for us. But yeah, where were we before we started, you know, talking about the awesomeness of this bus? Right, yes, we were talking about maybe using the inspirational skill of Joe Shakespeare. Let's delete skilled from there because we know we've done that already. So, Joe Shakespeare is inspirational. Once during this model's activation, instead of taking action, you may choose another friendly model within line of sight of this model. That model makes an action instead, but does not gain an activation token. So, are you with me here? Joe could tell Upgradicus or Josie to take another shot. Now, Josie, we can't, because the hunting rifle is slow, so it can only be used once per activation. Therefore, Upgradicus, here we go, is going to take action. And I think, let's shoot at the normal ghoul. Or do you think we should concentrate our fire on the remnant? What's more scary? A zombie of a dead person or a zombie of a dead person dressed in golfing gear? I feel like I know the answer, but it doesn't necessarily mean we should shoot at them. Let's put together his dice pool. We'll work it out. Zombie of the dead person with the golfing gear and armor. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Okay. So he gets 1 die. There's no effect on this, but it is within his short range of 8, which I think is true of both of them, actually. Yeah, they're both within range. That is very nice. So we get an accuracy dice. That is it. Now, he can't aim because that's not how this works. But it's just, you know, popping off a free shot. I think that can't be sniffed at. We are looking at we want 5s here to see if we can do this. Upgradicus, away. That's a 9. Nope, didn't work. And this guy is therefore been the subject of an attack, gains threat. This guy will also gain priority because he just shot. Whoopsie. Never mind. Does that mean that now, I think, yeah, let's take our second action with Joe Shakespeare, and I think what we're going to do is he's going to shoot the same zombie, which can't gain more threat, so we're concentrating our fire on that. Joe can gain more priority, though. So he gets that. It's not... Ooh, is he within range, actually? 8 and 6. Yep, bang on 8. There we go, lovely. Lovely, lovely. He gets 1 die. He gets a black and a green for his laser pistol. He's not in his short range, which is unfortunate, but these things happen. Let's see how it goes. And we are looking for his intelligence, which is a whopping 7. Joe paid attention in laser class. He's doing great. It's a critical success. Why did I say it like that? It's a critical success. I don't know what happened there. Critical success is brilliant. I love it so much. It feels so good to roll a crit. Therefore, that doesn't really matter. You're an electricity fire right now. I know. So it does 1 energy plus another. So that's 2 energy, right? Now, I think I was just surprised, to be honest. I saw it, I was like, rubbish. So the way crits work in Fallout Wasteland Second, I will show you, because it's so satisfying. It's so pleasing. Where is it? If I can find it, I would be in trouble. Okay, googling. Find for critical hits. There we go. So, if the result is a crit, it's exceptional, right? No matter what else we rolled. So if we somehow had a ton of other dice that just goofed that shot away, it would still hit. That doesn't count. If a critical hit inflicts an injury, which this does not. Damn. If it did, right, then I'd be really excited, because then you would inflict a second injury after the first, right? But it doesn't, and the reason it doesn't is because we do 2 energy, and the Ghoul Remnant has an armor of 1 energy. So we only do 1 damage to it. But that's not bad, because it means he's shocked. A shock token, it's like the little yellow Pikachu tail, like that. And basically that means next time we're going to have that, represents like him being a bit staggered, a little bit off balance. We are going to lay as shocked as me rolling a crit, possibly even more, Bladderus. It's, you know, it doesn't happen often. Now, the thing which I've been putting off has happened here, which is there's one person, one mighty beast with more threat than all the others, which is the Deathclaw. The Deathclaw is a marauder. So it's coming out of the bus. There's no 2 ways around it. Let me just line up my sheets. So, marauder. It's advance, open fire, advance, advance. Now, as I'm sure you can guess, this Deathclaw has no ranged weapon. It does have predator claws, which, let me tell you, we do not want to get near. Fortunately, I think we have a little bit of time. It is monstrous. We have to get it up to 4 injuries to incapacitate it. The 4th injury will kill it. So I hate that. Now, it's going to move a 4. So I'm just going to take these 3 out for a second. It clearly can't come out of this window. It's going to have to go back to the door. So first one is up to the door, which is where it started before we managed to somehow scatter it. There it is. And then it's going to come out. It's coming out by, there's 2 inches to come out. And it's there. It's sort of staggered out into the light. Now it needs to work out who the target is, right? It's kind of, everyone is out of line of sight of it. It can't really see anyone openly. They're all kind of like hidden in cover. So they will all get the same bonuses and stuff like that. It's basically going to head for Upgradicus. So there's another 2 here. 2 inches. It will come down the side of the bus to there. And then hasn't got anything. It can't like do a charge or anything. No. But oh god. We do not want to be in a group around this thing. All I'm saying, it has the ability cleave, which means if it gets in a base to base, it will attack everyone is in base to base contact with it. So we don't want to do that. But there's nothing we can do about this for the now. Oh, it's moving a bit quicker than I wanted it to. I'll have to admit. Oh, look at that. That's a bit scary, isn't it? I'm not sure how I feel about that. Not feeling good, that's for sure. Right. That's our threat. We knew that was coming. It just had to happen eventually. Let's have a little look. We've still got left the troublesome twosome, George Butts and Sergeant Ligma, ready to go. I think we've got an interesting take here. Do we? They're at the back here. Do they continue concentrating fire on these ghouls? Or thing is, I think at this stage, if we shoot the Deathclaw, we're just going to upset it. I know that seems like an inevitability at this stage, but I do feel like I don't want to like fill it with threat and have it go again. Butts is kicking. I see what you're doing there. Is it a new bus with a base, or did Rob add the base? Rob added the base. He based it up and put like all the little bushes and stuff on it. But yeah, he did this wall and these as well. This is very much his basing style. Whereas this set of barrels, this Corvega, these fences, they were put together by the lovely Richard at Warrior 3D Prints, who is also fantastic. But yeah, check them both out. Basically, spread the love, spread the load. Yeah, I don't want to upset the Deathclaw too much, right? We're just out of the range of like it getting angry because we're shooting at things or moving at it. So I think what we need to do is let's try and take down this flipping ghoul. Yeah, I heard half of this. HR started talking to me. Are they telling you off for watching war game streams again? Yeah. Come on. So I think this. Who have we got up the front there? That looks like someone with a laser rifle, which means that's Sergeant Ligma. So she didn't care? Oh, that's fine. Sounds like the best kind of HR. That guy is 8 inches away, just less than 8 inches, which is perfect because that is within his short range. So we add an accuracy dice into that. Has no special effect. I think we also aim. Let's just aim. So we are going to get our priority for taking the shot and being seen, and also this guy is now up to 3 threat. We're going to aim, add in 1 of each, and we've got that shock token, right? And the shock token means we can add another die of our choice, right? So we can add basically 1 of it. We've got 2 accuracy reduction in there, and we're looking for 4. We could add more accuracy to try and make sure we shoot it, or more. It's got armor reduction in there a little bit, and more damage. I'm going to add damage in. I think damage. Those rock STLs are great. I printed those for my Wasteland tables as well. These rocks, these are real rocks. These are real rocks just that I found on the street and painted. But we have got some really nice rocks. There's that sort of the, what's it called? The place they filmed Star Trek in back in the 60s. Like in Las Vegas with the angled rocks. But these are just real rocks. Bits of slate. These ones are bits of, these ones are little bits of, spare bits of, what they called, I can't remember. There's some kraut cover, basically just spare bits which I had. These are real bits of like slate from someone's garden path, but it had spilled out onto the road. I didn't steal it. It was just there on the pavement, and I thought, ooh. And that one, just saying again, real rocks, which is why I'm very foolish in that when I take my case of minis around, I just think to myself, I'm carrying rocks around. What am I doing here? Anyway, yeah. So we've added in 2 damage. This has got to be good, right? Sergeant Ligma, we're looking at 2 energy damage if we can roll a 4 or under here. Come on, Ligma. 6. 6 minus 2. Excellent. Vasquez rocks. That's it. Squid nose. That does nothing. The special, unfortunately, there's no special effect on the laser rifle. But there we go. So that counts. We've got 2 energy, 3 energy, 4 energy. Chef kiss right there. The where are you? Oh, this feels like it could be a good one. This feels like it could be very good. Where's my ghouls gone? The Ghoul Remnant has an energy, what's it called? Armor of 1. So we're going to take that away. Now that leaves it with 3 energy damage, right? It's got a defense of 2. So we're doing an injury on that. So this goes away. And it's taken an injury. Therefore, every enemy within 12 inches, which is every enemy, is now going to get a threat because someone has taken an injury. They've cried out in pain because they've been shot by Sergeant Ligma over here. I love the way Jamie just arrived and, you know, dropped some horrendous names and then left. It's like, my work here is done. What a lad. Yeah. There are 2 groups here with there are two guys here with 3 threat. I can choose which one I want. I'm probably going to move the activate the just a normal Feral Ghoul. It is going to barrel into what's his face here? What's he called? Upgradicus. That's it. Probably going to barrel into him because these guys have less priority. He has the highest priority. He's in open line of sight. He's just going to go forward. Now, he gets his first move, right, for free. That doesn't get affected by difficult terrain, so he's out of the difficult terrain. We've got all our benefit from that. He also has a trait called Feeding Frenzy. So when this model makes a move action, it may move an additional 2 during that move if its starting position was within 6 of another enemy model, which it is. I misread that when we first started. I thought it was with a friendly model, but that guy was still, you know, play it how it lays. But he makes it, therefore, so he can charge in 6 inches straight into Upgradicus, who is not going to be happy with this, because here comes the pain. It has some claws which come with 2 black and will do 1 physical damage. So we are looking to roll Upgradicus's endurance or under. That is 5 or less. Upgradicus, what can you do? 5 or less, please. There we go. 5. That doesn't count. The trouble is, because he's a marauder, he now opens fire, which he can't do. And he's now going to advance, which means melee another 2 times. So again, 5 or less. That's a 7. Oh no! And a lot of extra damage. Uh-oh. Does it have any special? No, it doesn't, thank gosh. So that is that's 4 physical damage against Upgradicus. That's a lot. No, it's not. It's 3 physical damage. Oh my gosh, I got very, very worried there. 3 physical damage because it's 1 plus the 2 we rolled. Now, Upgradicus has armor of 2, so that's reduced by 2. He still takes 1 damage, so the attacks are clinking into his armor, and there's still 1 more to go. 5 or less. That's a 4. Perfect. Lovely. What a horrible day to be Upgradicus. Right there up the front, taking all the hits, doing his best. He's got the first wound. The first wound of the day. We only have 1 model left to activate, and it is George Butts. George Butts. Okay, sure. This is Paladin training. Exactly. School of Hard Knocks is where all good Paladins go. Why did I do that gesture when I did that? That's quite threatening. Sorry. George with his combat rifle. We're going to move George. It will give this guy a threat, but I want to get within close range to get the accuracy on. So we're just going to bring George up to this barrel here. That keeps him out of range. He doesn't activate a threat on the Deathclaw, because he doesn't move within 6 inches. He does move within 6 inches of the Feral Ghouls, so he gets 1 threat back. He also picks up a priority for being seen moving by everyone. But now he is within his 8-inch short range. So he gets that. No effect dice, but he does get a accuracy dice. And now that's all he gets, unfortunately. It's unfortunately all he gets. We are looking for a P, which is 4. This is a big shot. Big shot. It could matter a lot. Oh, a 1 and a quick action too. That's amazing. It does 2 physical damage, which is reduced by 1 for the ghouls, the feral ghoul. The feral ghoul? What am I saying? The Ghoul Remnants armor clinks off that golf bag, reduces it to 1, so it just adds a threat. Not a threat, a shock. I'll use the correct terms one of these days, and then everyone will clap. So there we go. But he has got a quick action now. Quick action means can take a 2-inch step anywhere, or we have our special Brotherhood one, which is the chain that binds. If the model is a hero or companion, all followers may move to step towards it. It's not. George is a follower. So he can make a 2-inch move towards a hero or companion and then move 1 priority from itself to the model they move towards. So I could move, say, closer, get rid of some of this. I don't want him to go closer. I want him to kind of actually move around. We're going to have him just cross here. He's going to come across, dive across, yeah, that does give him another priority, though, I think, because he was just clearly seen moving. Well, does that count? I don't think it counts. We'll say it doesn't count. Does it count? I don't think it does. Because it's part of his move. And therefore, he has completed his activation there. So there's 1 more activation from the enemies to go. It's going to be, unfortunately, it is the Feral, the Ghoul Remnant here. The Ghoul Remnant is a Marauder. It doesn't have Feeding Frenzy, though, which is quite nice. That said, it is going to head straight towards Upgradicus, and it will get there in... comes to there, and then it comes around to here. Oh dear, Upgradicus is getting pretty swarmed. That takes 2 to get there, and it finishes it with an attack. The Ghoul Remnants have Vicious Claws, which are like normal claws, but much worse. Gotta go. Wish you lots more crits, hopefully against the Ghouls and Deathclaws not the way around. Thanks, Bladderus. Have a really good weekend, whatever you're up to, and hope to see you soon. The Vicious Claws do 2 black and a yellow. It's not good, is it? The Upgradicus's endurance, we should know this by now. It's 5. Let's see how this goes. 5 or less. Amazing. That's perfect. And then 1 more attack. 5 or less. Oh, that's a 10! That's a 10! That's not 5 or less. That's double. Oh, no. Okay. And that's got 2 armor breaks on it. Or armor penetrations, I should say. So, that eats through his armor. That's not good at all. Leaving a grand total of 1 physical plus another 1 to go through. You could be doing a lot of damage. I could. Oh no! I'm an idiot. I'm a big old idiot dum-dum. Okay, because we missed, we don't get to use our... Because we whiffed it, we don't get to use our armor. We have to use our resistance is reduced by that. I think Upgradicus is dead. The reason I say that, and this is my bad. I got excited and I messed it up, right? So if you fail, you cannot use your armor. You can still use your resistance, but it's still, even that is reduced by armor penetration. So I think actually that probably that last chomp from the Feral Ghoul may have done more. So 2 physical damage plus 3. Upgradicus, unfortunately, therefore takes 3 damage. Chomp, chomp, and chomp. He's been eaten. He's been devoured. It was going so well until Bladderus left. Let's all blame them. That's not a good turn up for the books. I didn't like that at all. Never mind. Hey. Well, womp womp. Yeah, tell me about it. His death shall serve as a warning to others. What? Not be a bloomin' idiot and just like try and tank the ghouls and remember how damage works. He had potential as well. He literally had potential. It said so on his character stats. He was full of potential and la joie de vivre, which is French for joy of the vivre. So, okay, it's the end in more ways than one. There goes our activations. Everyone gets a threat increase apart from the last guy, which is the Remnant. Oh my giddy arm. Okay. Blimey. Human meat is back on the menu, it would seem. Yeah. They're like treating him like a can of peanuts. Is that something that comes in a can? I don't think so. A can of human. Just ripping him open and enjoying the delicious meat within. A little bit weird. Sorry. Right. We're back on the round. I'm going to just quickly nip and get a drink because I've gone through my mysterious drink, and I need another drink because I'm really thirsty. I'll be back in less than a minute. There we go. Problem solved. Did I beat it? Countdown clock. Do 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 do. I shouldn't sing that. Maybe that'll get me a copyright strike. Someone must own that countdown music. Got myself a lovely drink. Very nice. Happy Friday to you all. Cheers. Very nice. Right. We need to, I think, get the heck out of Dodge, because I'm very aware suddenly that Josie over here, did you get myself a tippy? I don't know what you're talking about. This is a lovely Lucozade. It's just a Lucozade. It's a summer Friday. I'm having a beer. A light ale. You're suddenly very aware there's Deathclaw. Very aware. It's there and it's coming. I think I was aware that Josie has got to do something and get the heck out of Dodge. This alarm marker, unless we do something with it, is going to do nothing. So I think we've got to take out one of these ghouls. It's likely, I think, that we can do this this remnant if we concentrate our fire on it. I think it's just a case of who are we doing it with. Okay, here's our plan. Tell me what you think of this. Over here, George Butts, right, has 2 priority, and he can up his priority by shooting these ghouls in their back. That means we can then activate the other. We can use him to pull them back. So I think that's what we're going to do. You with me? That makes sense? Good. George of the Jungle, friend to you and me. That combat rifle has a short range of 8. The last tank is dead now for second tank. Exactly. Here we go. Short range, which means we get accuracy. Do we aim? We get to add in another dice because they have shock. So we could just add loads of... the trouble is we need to add an extra damage in there. So I think we do need to aim. So that's another one of everyone. And then we're going to add that damage in. Right? Because if we only do 2 damage, that's reduced by his armor, and therefore we only do 1 damage, which means it's just going to add more shock. It's not going to It's not going to kill him off. We need to do at least 2 damage getting through, which means we have to roll damage on something. So I'm adding in damage, adding in aim. Here we go. George is now up to 3 priority. And this ghoul goes up to 1 threat because we are shooting at him. George has a combat rifle skill. P. He's looking for 4. 4 or lower. Come on, George. We're counting on you. George! George! You bloody idiot! That's a 7. -1 is a 6. It's a terrible dice roll. George, you're off the team. You know what? If they do come for you, I don't care. I'm an idiot. Okay. We have to activate one of the... you know, I see the dice rolls return to normal. Yep, didn't take long, did it? One of these guys with 2 threat, we're going to activate this guy. He can make in 1 move his entire run straight up to George. There we go. So that's there, which means that the Feral Ghoul, if I can remember where on earth my notes are, Feral Ghoul, claws, 2 black. Uh-oh. That's not good, is it? 2 black. Let's see how this works against George's endurance of 4. That's a cocked die. Let's re-roll that. George is dead. George failed, so that means 2 damage there, plus 1 physical already. That's 3 going through onto George. George is flipping on death's door here. Look at that. And he's got to do this again for the 2nd attack. Oh. This is George Butts' last will and testimony. 4 or less. 6. A 6. So that's another 3. George has been. Oh my god. He was like, I've got the book learning. I know what to do here, guys. Leave it to me. Nom 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 nom. We haven't even started on the Deathclaw. This is going to go horribly wrong, isn't it? This is why they all want power armor. He's knocked on the door, fallen through it, and banged his head. I mean, next turn, the Deathclaw will be coming. It's got 2 threat. Unless we open fire on this guy. But I think the thing is, I think the Deathclaw is going to be wearing the team at this rate. If Josie's like pinned down now, the only person who can really kind of distract, I think, is Ligma. Sergeant Ligma. He's going to wheel around and shoot this guy. And he's just got to do it. He's just got to... We've got ourselves trapped now. We've had too many bad rolls. I'm blaming the dice rolls. I'm a grown-up. I can admit it. We're in short range. So Ligma has no effect die on this. But we do get to add 1 in. Let us add a damage die. Or armor penetration. Armor penetration, right? Yeah, armor. That's what we want. That's what we want. Armor going down. Can't Enclave use Deathclaws? I mean, that is a thing that they can do. They're not in the game yet. This is also the laser rifle is not slow, so we can shoot this one twice. So we're not going to aim. We're just going to try and rely on luck. We're looking for 4 or under to do 2 energy damage. Oh my god. It's a 3 with a -1. That's amazing. So you're now up to priority. We have shot you, so that's good. This is the laser rifle is 2 energy, 3 energy. I think we've got it. I think we've got him. -1 for his thing that does 2, which is equal to or above his defense. Oh, happy day. The Ghoul Remnant destroyed. Golf is over. You all gain a threat because one of your friends has been destroyed. Do you get? I can't remember. I've had a complete and total momentary brain fart. No. Ignore me. Ignore me. So that's how we find ourselves there. George did his best. Unfortunately, it's Deathclaw time. So the Deathclaw has 3 threat. Oh my! Someone's dying. Someone is dead. Someone is so dead. Why have I let it get this bad? Oh, and I'm saying right? Last game, people were like, "Oh, Steve, you say we when it all goes wrong. You include chat." This is on me, team. This is on me. This is on me and Joe Shakespeare and no one else. Also, I don't think we're ready for a Deathclaw. I know it's like, hey, let's see the monsters we haven't seen. That's a very bad idea. That is sticking your finger in the plug socket of life and expecting things to go well. So, let's work out the priorities here, because I want to make extra sure. We've got 3, 2, oh, you can't see. 3, 2, 1, and 1, okay? So, +2 if the model is in base-to-base contact. No, not one yet. +1 if the model is in line of sight of the enemy model that is activating and within range of a weapon or within a number of inches equal to the enemy's move statistic. Oh no. Fortunately, they are all just out of range. It's like so close for Josie here. -1 if the model is not within line of sight the enemy is activating. They're not. None of them are in line of sight. So technically, so it's going to head towards the highest one, which is George Butts over there. Head straight towards him like that. Now, however, it's got 2 threat left. Now we work it out again. So direct line. Oh no. 3, 2, 1, 1. I mean, he can just walk up to this and go straight, attack over it. That's not a problem. But he would have to come round here to get to George, which he could do. Oh my god. And he would totally take out Joe as well. He would attack Joe. We were not ready. We were not ready for the Deathclaw. We were wrong. We were so wrong. Oh gosh. After this move, I am legitimately going to look at how we retreat. Because the followers, they can all die. But if Joe has an injury, we could have a real problem on our hands. Upgraded's brother shows up in T60. Where was he 4 turns ago? That's what I want to know. Upgraded Senior. Good God. Right, okay. What happens when a follower dies? Not they die, basically. You hire someone else. You attract someone else with your fame. Excuse me, hiccups. So, 3, 2, 1, 1. That's our priorities. +2 if the models are base to base. None of them are in base to base yet. +1 if the models are in line of sight of the enemy. Well, they are kind of all in line of sight. And -1 if it's not within line of sight of enemies activating. It's going to come stomping around here. No injury table. There are injury tables, but followers, they come and go. They are the chod of the wasteland. Your heroes, your companions, they have injury tables. We care about them. Otherwise, you throw your followers at things, and you do not grieve when they die, because you'll just get another one. There's always someone else ready to do their thing. Now, I kind of feel, and I want to just double check. About moving through, like, kind of capture areas. If I can never remember the term of this, but when this Deathclaw is going to move through here, which brings it so close to this guy. So I'm wondering if in the effort to do that, he would just be caught by Josie's like attack range or something like that. He's going to crap his pants and hide. I mean, that's already happened. There's nothing left. The pants are full. George is empty. There's nothing left to crap. Just checking through a few things. No, this was destination. Always take the path requiring the fewest. Yeah, if there are multiple paths. I think I'm going to make a call on this to stop me just reading rules on stream. But what I'm going to say, because I can't find anything off the top of my head that basically says that this Deathclaw moving through here doesn't get sucked up or like stopped by coming into basically almost base-to-base contact with Josie, but this is its target. So what I am going to do is I'm going to say it just goes for George, because I think it's funnier, and we'll end up doing cleave. And if it should have stopped, or there's some detail about like proximity stopping things, I will put it here in the re-upload with my little Deathclaw friend. Unless, of course, there was no, and I was right, in which case it will just say that Steve was right. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. Anyway, yeah, so the Deathclaw comes around here, and this is horrid, because in making base contact with George, it also makes base-to-base contact with Joe Shakespeare, our illustrious and possibly soon-to-be deceased leader. Okay, and it makes an attack. The Deathclaw has Predator Claws, which gives it that dice, a black and 2 yellow. This does a base of 3 physical damage. I hate this, and every model in base-to-base contact, so it's not just attacking George, it's attacking Joe as well. Yeah, it's a bad time. It's a bad time to be in this, what do we call a team? Idiots in the Wasteland. What were they called? Hat Company. They're not going to do well. George has an endurance of 4, and Joe has an endurance of 5. We may as well call them screwed. So ideally we want 4 or less. but 5 or less will save Joe. Here we go. 4. Excellent. That's a save. That's a save, right? Does reduce our armor. Yeah. Folks said they were dead good. Turns out they were just dead. Yeah, tell me about it. This is not it's not good. I'm just looking at something. Sorry, everyone. Steve's checking stuff because he's a dum-dum. Bop, bop, bop. Talk amongst yourselves for a while. I just paranoidly got to check something. What are people thinking, by the way? While I look this up, what are people thinking about the team we're going to take on from what we've seen so far? Who do we want to make our actual team for exploring the wastelands? The survivors, the raiders, the super mutants, or the Brotherhood? And remember, the other 3 will become enemies for them to deal with. So I'm just interested to see what happens. Sue. Oh, Sue. Sue did good. Sue's team was pretty good. Can't have seen more survivors since you knew least when starting them. That's true. I think that's kind of the one I goofed a bit most. Narratively, the Raiders, quite frankly. Interesting. Well, what I'll do close to the time is I will pop like maybe something on the Discord, so people can vote. If you're not on our Discord, I'm sure you all are. I recognise a bunch of you, but go join, and we'll work it out. We'll work it out there. I'll tell you what my. How many miniatures do you need for a team? Hey there, Dutchman. How you doing? For our starting team, so this Brotherhood team, I had 5 models. I had a scribe and an aspirant in combat armor, and then 3 initiates. For other warbands, like the super mutants one, we just had 2 super mutants and a mutant hound. You don't need that much to start. Basically, if you've got one of the plastic core sets, you'll have more than enough options there to pick something up and field a warband. Obviously, you're going to want to have something to fight, but you don't need everything. You know, you can. So we've been fighting largely against creatures, almost exclusively in these games. So if you have some creatures and you just want to go out there and smash the wasteland, all that means is narratively, the area of wasteland that you are exploring, it's got lots of creatures in. No one else has explored it yet. And then, you know, if you then pick yourself up some super mutants because you want to fight some big green dudes, then you can add them in. The enemies basically expand or contract depending on what you have access to. Obviously, the more you have, the more options you can have to put out there. But I think what I wanted to do with this as well was just show that yeah, we're playing with how many creatures did I actually have on this thing? We only had like a table which had the option of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 if you count the Deathclaw. 12 different enemy creatures, right? And out of those, they come from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets, I think, of minis. So, and we've not had a lot of duplication, or where we have, it's kind of been interesting. So I don't personally feel, that there's a problem with having a smaller set of minis. I think you'll start that, and then you'll be like, oh, I want to add these guys in next, and that's the thing. Hopefully that answers your question. It was a very simple question, and boy, did I extrapolate it. But yeah, it's a fun solo game. At least the previous version was, and this looks just, if not better. Thanks, Lil and Joel. I'm glad you like the look of it. I can't wait for people to get their hands on it. I think it's for my unbiased money, I think it is better than First Edition. First Edition was great. This just appeals more to me, and different folks, different boats. Is that a thing? Different people like different things. This is more my jam. So, definitely. Is there a card deck to randomize what baddies show up? No, there isn't. What you do is you just make a table. And I can show you an example of one. It won't be the creatures one that I've been using because I wrote that up in Google Docs. But let's have a little look. So, is it this page? Is it? Is it really? I don't know if it is. I think it's this one. Ooh, show and tell. Yeah. Show and tell. Just gonna try and find one now. Womp womp womp. There's lots of tables to roll on, and if you're a table roller, boy, you'll be happy. I'm just going to do what Jamie recommended, which is just to look at the flipping table of contents. Yeah, I'm in the wrong book. That's why. But scroll. I'm scrolling, everybody. Don't go nowhere. I'm scrolling like you wouldn't believe. I was going to show you, but like I'm clearly unable to find what I want. What on earth is wrong with me? Well, tell you what, look, I'll just show you. I'll just show you the creatures one, because I'm not hiding anything. I'm not hiding anything. Which I don't think I am. What I liked about the first edition is you can make a deck of the cards from each other and shuffle and draw. Yeah, I love that stuff too. I love that stuff. I love kind of that sort of thing as well. Let me add in here window capture. Sure, let's capture the super awesome danger table. Okay, cool. Right, so this is all I've been putting together. It's not formatted nicely, and it's called the super awesome danger table, which makes it a bit stupid. But this is basically what I've been running this on. So you can see that all I do is when you're doing the creature, you arrange it by what you've got. And so I've put on here like different options because I knew that I had different minis I wanted to show. But I could just do one column. So say I did this column, and this would be if I came across a swampy area in my wasteland, right? I would roll on this, and if I rolled low, then we meet stingwings. If I roll mid, we meet bloatflies. If I roll mid, it's glowing Mirelurks. I did put the Mirelurk on this list, but I realised I didn't actually have any painted Mirelurk minis, so that's why they're not there. Gulpinu, Gulpers, and that's it. You know, you just roll, and that's where it comes across. So I could also like populate it. I could have one which had Feral Ghouls, Ghoul Remnants, glowing ones. You know, I could put those up there. You just populate it how you want, and then when you encounter that particular areas, I already missed the measuring sticks. Man, the measuring sticks do have a soft, what's the word? A special place in my heart, but I got through so many of them. I sat on them, I lost them, and I bent them, and because I'm a clumsy doofus, and so whoop, whoop, take measure is for me. It's cool that you like them though. Weren't the measuring sticks just based on inches? They were, yeah, but it's just a way to like try and do that a bit differently. Come on, tell us you ate some too. No, I only eat paint. I'm not an animal. But I'm quite clumsy. Like that's why I have this heavy duty one. All the little ones that come in the starter sets, like in the Nuka World set and the Battle of Boston set, I've broken all of mine. They just break instantly with my stupid clumsy ham fists. Anyway, back to the Deathclaw destroying us all, right? Let's see how this goes. Oh, I picked the dice up. What did I roll? What did I roll? We dodged, right? Dodge, duck, dive, and dodge, right? So I think we were clear. I think we avoided it. Yeah, we did. Let's say we did. I got distracted. I'm sorry. I appreciate sticks, but I've never used them. I'm a tape measure guy. Maintenance. Yeah. No, it's fine. I don't think that's the thing. You know, it's like, it's like, I think we said this as well with like particular reference to first edition is like, we're not taking that game away. We're not going to support it, obviously, but it's like, if you still play that and have fun with it, that's awesome. I flippin' love that. I play old versions of games all the time. I play old versions of D&D. I play old versions of some board games. It's like, you play what you got, you play what you like, to do it. Not going to tell you how to have fun. And like obviously said, we're not supporting it, but if you want to come to Discord and you want to chat about the fact you're still playing Wasteland version 1, rock on up. Wait, I've never played the first. This was totally different. This is pretty different, yeah. It's pretty different. Anyway, 4s or less. Here we go. Come on, let's see if we can... Oh, man, look at that. Look at that. 3. Ooh, yeah. So, yeah. If I am suspicious about something, I'll just check. But I think we've managed to stave off the Deathclaw. It's not good there, though. It's not good. Let's have a little look here, because I just want to see, just for my own curiosity, I'm just searching for the word retreat. Just in case we have to. I'd like to know how it works. Retreat. At any time after the first round, your warband can retreat. To do so, your hero must be in contact with a battlefield edge and then can make the retreat action. If they do, then the encounter ends immediately, but with the next campaign action, your warband must make an explore or travel campaign. The measuring sticks were a great unique selling point, therefore it's just going to be another war game. It's a tricky thing. I like I said, I kind of have a soft spot for the sticks. There's a lot of choices. It helps us keep the cost down. We don't have to do them, but if you've got them, you can still use them in this. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. But there we go. Or does the Deathclaw get free hits? Well, no. So, I mean, team. I say this because we need to work out, are we going to try and retreat here? Because I feel like this is. Are we going to try and save these guys? Brave Sir Robin. We 2.8 start with settlement system. I can't remember either, Regal. I'm sorry. Get why the cards and sticks were removed. It is what it is. Exactly. Running away does seem to be the only reasonable. Let's try it. Because I'm just aware that I don't want to have to roll up a new team for the potential of our thing. So, okay, so what we have to do is we have to activate Joe Shakespeare here, and they have to make it to a table edge. We can easily just get them around here. They're on a table edge. Lovely. That definitely gets them priority. And they're moving within 6 inches of these guys, so there's threat all round. Sorry for my neighbour who's decided that they love revving their engine, but you know what are you going to do? So as we can see here, retreat. Your hero must be in contact with a battlefield edge and then make the retreat action. Well, excellent. Let's do that. If they do, the encounter ends immediately. But with the next campaign, and so then our campaign, we would then have to explore or travel. So, what's a retreat action then? What is retreat action? Oh, is it just you make an action? You don't have to roll anything? Oh, okay, excellent. How many markers are there laying in this close combat? Whoa, exactly. So, this guy, our leader, Joe Shakespeare, better part of valour, has hightailed it out of there. If your hero has been removed from the battlefield, then any other model in your mate can make the retreat action. So we can now, they can all leave it, basically. Okay, so it's actually just a case of like, if you're in the middle, it's harder. So they've all kind of like followed, running hightail. So in campaign mode, if we therefore came back, how many markers are now laying at the close combat? It would have just chewed through us all. We bit off way more than we could chew, and it chewed a lot as well. If we were stuck in the middle, obviously retreating is a bit harder. We were pinned down at the edge, so it was a bit easier for us to get out of there. If we're in campaign mode, we would have to then do an explore or travel. We couldn't then do any other kind of action. We'd have to explore or travel to somewhere else in the wasteland. And if we'd marked this area on our campaign map and we hadn't cleared it out, then coming back, there would be creatures here still. And because of our table, there would be a chance that we'd encounter this Deathclaw again. So they can just run without penalty. If the hero can get to the table edge, yes. But that appears to be, so this is the rules. There you go. So your hero must be in contact with the battlefield edge, which we were really lucky and they could just get in there. If they do, the encounter ends immediately, but with the next campaign action, a war must make explore or travel. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if that's the thing, though, imagine if we were in the middle. If we'd have pushed forward in the middle, that would have been, that's moves away. You can't retreat so easily. It relies into like the way the board always connects into different things. And if our hero is removed, then any other model in our warband can make the retreat action as well. I mean, we've lost. We've lost this. We've not conquered this area. The Nuka World bus car park with its resident Deathclaw proved too much for us. I know the policy on sharing links. Just want to share where I can get my real looking rocks. Cast and play terrain essentials. Cool. I will Google that later. Thank you, band. It's fair and a bit forgiving. Else they could be screwed. Yeah, exactly. Considering you met a Deathclaw and survived, that's kind of a victory. That's not what I don't think that's how the Brotherhood would see it personally. I think, you know, but that's the thing. I think we've proved there is the difference between like having that's a danger rating 4. We've only come across danger rating 3 before, and good lord, would the resident Deathclaw stay in that area is returned to? So the area would, unlike that. One second, one moment, caller. Unlike the unlike that table I showed you, you would only have one column for enemies really, and that column would therefore include a Deathclaw in it. So if you came back and you rolled the same danger rating, then yeah, you'd come across the Deathclaw. I think it's representative of the idea that this 2-foot square is not the whole of the area, but it represents that middle pocket. So maybe, you know, the Deathclaw's out and about. Is my audio okay? I just had to switch mics. But yeah, so we lost a lot there. We lost yeah, we lost some good team there. That makes sense. Yeah, exactly. It's like this 2-foot square mat isn't the entire area, but it's like, you know, like when, you know, if you're older, audio still good. If you're old enough to remember, like, you know, the original Fallout 1 and 2, when you're exploring and you get stopped, you walk through the same like spot in the wasteland and you get stopped sometimes, and sometimes there's a rad scorpion there or whatever. It's like, it's that kind of thing, you know, that, you know, you're maybe not exact same space, but it's around. Yeah, so what we would do now if this was a campaign game, we would have lost our followers. So that's, what's her face? I can't remember what they're called. Lady Laser. What was the laser rifle wielder called? Sergeant Ligma. Of course, Sergeant Ligma. And Upgradicus. Upgradicus is gone. So Josie was the sniper. She made it. She ran away. So heartless. You forgot. I know. I suit the team very well. But yeah. So there we go. That was the Brotherhood. Our first loss. I feel I've let the Brotherhood down, and I feel I've let you down. No, I haven't let you down. I've just let the Brotherhood down. But I hope that was cool. Hope it was interesting. I hope you enjoyed all of these and found them interesting, or, you know, you've enjoyed learning along with me. Thank you for bearing with me while I made a few goofs and gaffs, but I think we got there. I'm really excited for everyone to get their hands on Wasteland Second. I just think it's bloody good fun. It's been fun, right? It's been excellent having you here, all of you. What I will say is, if you do follow us here on Twitch or on Modifius Live, which is the YouTube upload channel, or any of our social platforms and all that stuff, then you'll know when we're doing more of these streams. What's next? XCOM or factions? The theory is next month is XCOM month. So currently putting together a painting stream for next Friday. Callum's gone off and, you know, is doing some life stuff, so he won't be with me. I may be drafting in a replacement, but, you know, if things don't work out, it might just be me, and that's terrifying for me. So, you know, but failing that, the following Friday and then 2 Fridays after that, XCOM. We're going to play XCOM and see how it goes. Nice. I saw Peachy post an XCOM video. Oh yeah, that went out today, didn't it? That went out today. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I'm so excited to see what he did. Because yeah, so I might go and check that out after this. Thank you for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Hopefully see some of you again when we play Fallout Wasteland Second, and we bring back one of these warbands, or when we do XCOM or something else. It'd be great. Have a great weekend, whatever the bloody hell you're up to, and I'll see you around. Have a good one. Bye.